Today na the 9th day of September 2021. Not too long ago, we've been there. We will talk about Freetown City Council. The fracas we did between the mayor of the city and the chief administrator. In a resolve. The local government ministry being supposed for step in and resolve this matter. The local government ministry, the last time, them been tell we say, then get for do an administrative audit of the Freetown City Council. And inside it, then go try for resolve the matter. I not believe say, also we see don't so, that audits day, don't carry on. Because now, we don't reach to a point where they want them, where they sweep the street of Freetown, say, then they strike. Look where Freetown clean like how we clean so. Then they sweep it clean so. Because I know I talk the other word. Let alone now if they not sweep. Let alone they not do their work. How it go look like? Then say we two elephants they fet. Na the grass na in the suffer. And it don't reach to the time where the people them where they provide the service. They don't they July, August, they're not getting pay. So then decide say you know it in this na September. We don't reach to the 9th, the 8th. Let we see them. Let we not provide the service anymore. Maybe it go ring a bell to the Freetown City Council, say we have a service that we're providing and they need for pay for that service day. For say the local government ministry not able for resolve the matter within inside Freetown City Council, on a show them one for left and make it they play, make this the mayor they say na the CA they say na the mayor. Like you get two fractions them where they inside the council. You get the one where they support the mayor, you get the one them where they support the chief administrator. So we just left in limbo. They watch them say, okay, what really they go on here? But before we can dive inside this proper, this is not the month of September. We tell God thank you, August don't come, it don't go. We not see any kind of danger where the rain cause na salon. Significant one. Then we get some half one them where them be showy. But as we speak now, ask you fumble them within a Freetown, then go tell you about that breeze will blow today and the rain will follow after that. For we na it in the media. We see them. And we na Sarah network, we share them na Facebook. We even make several calls them to we people them within a Freetown. We even get a video where we also share where the rain they can heleba one na Freetown. We get a Sierra Leone number that is active even within a year. Where you go feel to say this kind of a thing because it get for run from Wednesday when I yesterday till over the weekend. Now then the forecast say this particular thunderstorm or you call her, you go call them, get for pass through West Africa. Why make the meteorological department no work with the mobile companies them for send alert to people them? I never received one. And when we call back na salon, we ask say, una no get alerts na una phone them say, make una be careful, make una watch una surrounding, say rain go get for calm and una go expect breeze and all that thing. It not happen. But do we have to wait after a disaster? Now the time we go begin wait for aid and begin wait for all these other things the way they come? What see they don't put in place for the one they within at the prone areas them? Where they know say this particular time now, this rain will get for come from Wednesday till Sunday. We get for open with Oju wide one. We not get for sleep like say we want sleep. That now for the one them within at the prone areas them. What have they done? Oh, they wait for disaster for happen. Then the mayor go with blankets them and foam them. Then the president's going go with check. Is that how we do things? If it's so major, then the one that they outside, right now COVID deal. The one that they outside then can out aid on behalf of the people them. Who stands alone we go wake up. I think that simple alert go able for put everybody, all the people that want me talk to today in salon. Then go tell you say, that breeze they don't be fun you. The rainway cannot be easy. But it's there. Hey then what's in any do body? So we don't help for put out the alert. You say for they listen, call your family them. Make them be careful. So the end of the card is not to like that normal one. I know people can call like the Agbara aid. Okay. We just want for put standing out so that we all know say this is what is expected from now to Sunday, so that we people and mode out there go be very careful. Back to the matter, FCC. Freetown City Council. Freetown City Council not the only council in Sierra Leone. All the district headquarters towns they get in council there. So why Freetown City Council? Why? The last thing I will be done discuss with the ask question say for say na politics na in they play inside this council make the fighting don't reach to the extent now where workers then they begin for strike. Okay. I just want for draw in mind go back. Let's draw in mind go back. Lord bring come the Minister of Local Government. Yeah? Tambalamina. Because now in be don't promise we say in get for look inside this thing. They say them be don't they closed for do the the administrative audit. Lord bring and come. Let we refresh we mind small. Yeah? Let we listen them. It be then at 98.1.
All right, so the councillors them don't make a lot of allegations. Say they don't write letter to the ministry for looking to concerns them where they don't get with the Siena City Council. But up till now, they don't get any word yet from the ministry. We go solve the concerns them where they don't raise. What don't they happen? Where make the ministry up till now not able to give them the response where they expect?
It's very surprising to me for say. The councillor and the councillors and our Freetown City Council will say they don't get any response from the ministry. The last hour I've been there, where I've talked to Salon people there about this issue. I've been telling I say the first letter I would write and not be not received by the time when I get me online. But when I receive the letter, I will reply accordingly. When I receive the letter, we reply as a ministry for tell and say, let them be away and tell them exactly what you want to do in terms of setting up the inquiry. Now, after that, we also write a further letter to the councillors for ask them for detail and catalog exactly what are the issues them we then get concerns about. Because the first letter we then write really, it was just broad. There was not non-specific issues that letter did. We asked them for that. Of course, they don't send that letter did. Yesterday back, I received another letter where then they say that they give you ultimatum. And that's a very challenging word, where you could say they give government ultimatum for say you go for go demonstrate because issues do not happen. Now this station, I've been make them very clear, say, they put a team together, where for go inquire as to what in the happen. From all what we are in at the station this morning, we all don't realize, say, there are deep issues in the Freetown City Council where we need for look at and very experienced and seasoned people them. 8 people that we don't put together, 4 women them and 4 men them. We get experience in local council administration and also government administration for go inside Freetown City Council on the 6th. Now they go start. 6th of September for let them go inside Freetown City Council for 3 weeks and for giving a report as to what that happen so that government and the ministry will actually take actions accordingly.
I just want to make you take note of the date. I make I tell you, say, I want to bring your mind come back to waiting the minister been promised we. I bring your mind come back. It tell we say the 6th of whose time? The 6th of September. Today na the 9th. Because there is an interview where we go for playback. Let we see if this way the minister tell we been really happen. Yeah? But Mr. Minister, would they listen? We just want for refresh we mind which you be last tell we, sir.
I want to mention this very clearly. We need to have a very matured approach to issues them. We not get knee-jerk reactions. Some of these people that we're dealing with are critical people and they don't work. Now, so many councils will not get no issues with their relationship, with political heads of councils and all that kind of thing.
Okay. The minister they talk so, and the chief administrator, even they say some of the people how they talk about. We all know now say now the chief administrator now they talk about, not to now he begin for work na councils them, he don't work na different council them inside Sierra Leone, but now where it in a Freetown City Council there are issues. Now they talk about, even though you no one call him. Let's continue.
Where once issues then they occur, allegations then they fly from one side to the other, we believe, say, as a ministry, the best thing to do is to get a deepened approach so that let we know, for say, what thing they happen at Freetown City Council, financial issues at the Freetown City Council, financial management, procurement issues, administrative relationships, use of donor funds, and all that kind of thing, and we need for know that thing as a ministry, because clearly we get supervisory responsibility, and at that exactly we get for do on Monday. I meet with the team of the inquiry team for give them the TOR for the inquiry, and following that, I don't invite the mayor and the councillors to the ministry, but I can tell you exactly how this process here get for work. And that letter there, it don't go out after I received the letter yesterday. That letter they don't go out. We hope for see them on the 2nd of September. So that we will try to address the issues and we'll make sure we try to draw a line, because this government very much concerned about development. When I see His Excellency the President, how they go up and down, and councils now the delivery unit, delivery architecture for most of them development here.
So, Mr. Minister. Hello, Mr. Minister.
Loud on, please. When are the area councillors and they talk? Then they talk about the amount of money where government they invest into these councils. Then they talk no more about development partner money. We want for the councillors and the mayors and chairpersons, when money then go, and the kind of money that we don't they gonna council under His Excellency the President, because it so much believe in deepening decentralization. The need for the talk down to the people them, so that let people they understand say government care about them and establish believing that government responsibility.
Not for the first time this wedding councillors here they raise this concern, and they don't take the ministry all this time take to a stage. Also, even the mayor now they make allegations say, and the CA know they talk, and the councillors themselves know they see one side with the CA, and under the supervisory ministry waiting and being caused the delay all this while we are not able for no say all them problem here so they happen at the council, because from all waiting they don't talk today, lots of issues don't come out where the show say not to 1 month safe this issue don't take. Waiting me don't cause this delay when they supervise, but no waiting don't they cook inside the council.
Well, let's say as a ministry, previously waiting in the happen, there's something the way they call clock pass, where they access councils. For a very long time, that may not happen. We try for review that instrument day for let the give pointers as to waiting they happen at the councils. Currently, we work with one of our partners and government for law develop that infrastructure day, so that we will go inside councils then very regularly for law find out exactly waiting they happen at the councils. When we receive letter from Freetown City Council, we don't have conversations with them through the Local Government Service Commission, whether the Human Resource Commission, for let it engage with the mayor and various people that are the councils. We will not do that one day. For let we try to put this inquiry together, we need money. Obviously, government don't fund down there now, and I don't tell now exactly waiting at the date where the inquiry team they go in, now the council for go start the process within a very short space of time. When at 3 weeks we will complete down there and for now make sure say sanity and integrity is returned to Freetown City Council.
As to wrap up the interview now, we make for understand say the mayor not the tongue. You say you don't schedule a meeting for the mayor and the councillors them. So while we dey wait for waiting go get for be the outcome of the committee where you say they send it for go investigate. Waiting go be your message to the councillors them at this stage because then they call for let the ministry do a transfer of the CA.
Well, you see, the request that they make, you don't go declare an established, very experienced professional, a persona non granta for a council. We're not going to do that one day because clearly, what would they try for doing for resolve the problem? We'll not they come put paper over the cracks. Let them wait till do the inquiry. We'll finish the inquiry. We'll take the appropriate measures. I don't invite the councillors and the mayor. It don't matter whether the mayor dinner, the deputy mayor dinner, the council will still function without the mayor not dinner. We will still get that engagement day and follow enter Freetown City Council. For let we not say Freetown City Council now one of the major councils then at this country in terms of revenue mobilization and support for the mobilized revenue more than any council in this country. So we're very much concerned as a government. Now that make we don't set this inquiry team for enter inside there for now make sure say we look deep into the issues and for now bring calm appropriate measures. We're gonna make sure say that they at ease with each other.
One for tell 98.1 thank you. Because now through them make me you able for listen to the Minister of Local Government. Like I tell you, now I just piggyback, make I remind you of waiting the minister be don't see. Yeah? The minister say then go start on the 2nd. 9 for start September for go inside City Council for make them able look waiting really not the problem. Welcome to Salon. Okay. Let I remind you, waiting the chief administrator in been say. Because all man be don't talk. Before I can to waiting happen now, yesterday to today, na Salon. This now the chief administrator, Festus Kale.
Yes, hello?
They ask say the climax of the problem now, then say you don't refuse for sign the transfer stations and documents when a donor sponsored projects. Now true say you refuse for sign the document?
All right, it's not just be quite clear about the transfer station. Here's a case, $1.5 million we have spent on those transfer stations. To this date when they talk to you, I never see the project documents. I never see how CRS implementing projects and it. How much has been spent? How much on left?
I hope you did take note of the allegation with the chief administrator they talk now. You see how much money we call? Eh? Continue, sir.
You understand? Which are the M&E reports? Which are the engineers reports from City Council? Even we engineer, all of them. And I start concerned about the project. They will make sure saying that in how you do the arrangements with CRS. I have no idea. But Mayor's delivery unit. And they coordinate the affairs of CRS so that they implement 1.5 million with the rest of the public. Well, let's say quickly about the transfer station. This again, I don't know whether phone is challenge beyond it with them.
Okay. I don't know whether money don't be issue within the ranks them na FCC that are the mayor on side for complete the project. I want to make you the listen. Listen attentively, waiting the chief administrator they say. Yeah? He say you don't know if they be the strain for get funding.
For implement for operationalize the transfer station. So they go drop budgets, they say for buy tractor them. So they go make requests for buy tractors. I say no. First and foremost, we don't even get budget line for tractor for this 2021 financial year.
You there, according to the chief administrator.
So if tractor is coming out as an activity within the course of the implementation of this 2021 fiscal year, then we're going for the supplementary budget. Budget and finance go pass our council. We come with the Ministry of Finance. You know, they stop the because we get funding challenge. We're going for also for generate this revenue for make sure so we buy them tractor them. So for them just come without no due process, they will all can sign check. No, tell us I need to do them. Because my job here, if anything ever happen, I mean the accounting officer, I'm responsible. Now that's the issue then transfer for buy tractor. I cannot procure tractor when first and foremost it is not in the budget. There was no procurement process for it. And no supplementary budget from. No, it would difficult for that. Make sure I handle that one day. The next thing
as you don't make it clear, say you get your own reservations that will make you not agree for sign the document. You be refer to people as them where they handle this particular project. Or that's them na this them na the Freetown City Council where they handle this project where are not able for see clear map for let you go sign the document.
No, not I talk say the reason to make cannot be for sign for procuring tractor that because you not go through the due procurement process. First, for make sure we do a supplementary budget. After we do supplementary budget, for make sure for identify the revenue source so that money they come out. But for also make sure they go through procurement process before I sign. That's me asking myself for do. Right? When it comes to coordination, the coordination is purely between the mails delivery unit and the donor partners and the NGOs where they implement the project. We not get any idea as to how they implement until yesterday. Now I start to receive documents, project documents for that £1 million where they use for that geomapping, that mob tax. It was only yesterday, after I don't pin me foot, I don't ask several questions. It was only yesterday that I start to receive documents.
Yeah. I just want to refresh your mind though. Yeah?
Because I tell him, say, if I dare tomorrow, or the mail come, whose documents I go for present to them? We go get a buy-in into all of the projects that mail say don't do. So have to ensure that the documents are there, the system is transparent, make sure we are all accountable. So that's not the problem. I'm not there against any development, right? I'm there to serve for development, but also have to make sure that everything they do, make sure they go through the right process and procedures.
So, Mr. Kale, you be make them clear, let the councillors them understand, say, now the situation that one day we make, say, now you're not able to sign the document yet?
Well, my biggest frustration for all of them councillors, then they will get, as far as me concerned, get very good relationship. No one person not go talk say, but so see really personally don't do them.
I will let you take note waiting the CAC na yeah. But the last thing will be done there who say when the councillors then being write letter. You remember when the councillors then are then write say for pull the CA come out. But now he say be lost in wonders though. He say because waiting do he get good relationship with them.
I'd expect say if me or don't say if say not for sign for buy them for procure with tractor them, but I can't ask me. Nobody never ask me. The next thing I pass, I say they're going to party office. They pass resolution. Say they don't want me there for transfer me. Transfer me for what? Let me show me what the wrong thing. I make her explain. Like for example, that mob tax, that $10,500. When they ask you, me you can't invoice to me. They say for pay for the iCloud. I say also a police document for pay $10,500 for pay for iCloud. Where is this document coming from? What the procurement process? How you go about? How can I check for this? Until I see the project documents, even though the auditors that come, maybe they ask questions on that particular iCloud business. That £1 million they spend on that geomapping. The first question they ask, they want to see the end user request for this assessment.
Yeah, £1 million. It look like say somebody they now we know and pass money. Continue, sir.
The agreement, the software application, evidence for say the council will accept the program. None of the documents are not there. They want let me can sign for $10,500 for pay for iCloud. Ordinary invoice. I cannot do that. You get to go through procurement process. How should the name come out? The name say where the party. Where did that name generate from? Which means all the process will not happen without information. Not that the money don't done from the donor end. The one kind of council. No, you have to go through process and procedure.
So, Mr. Kale,
they are at the start for them today.
As you say aware now, the councillors then they call for let the ministry transfer you come on at the Freetown City Council go other side. How you plan for work on your relationship with the councillor then follow and resolve this issue?
I don't get so personal relationship like I say. Not the personal between them. I tell you honestly, we get good working relationship as far as I'm concerned. But the system no go to school. We got series of issues that we councillors for raise concern. if the mayor they get something like 3.5 million for invest, the person to CRS, we don't know, you don't accountable at a council to our knowledge. We have to ask question on anything in there. If mayor gets 1 million pound, the IGC for implement property tax system, councillors for ask question about anything in there. These are issues that matter at other council, but then they ask. If mayor counting team, mayor's delivery units, like one particular, the person they head of mayor's delivery units, Manja Kabu, she's paid $5,000. I never see recruitment document. Councillors are supposed to ask questions. Who said I may recruit them? Who said pull them? All of these are questions at that council. Why didn't they ask them questions in there? Right? So for can't begin say because I don't sign document, because the process, the system, the procedure are not correct. That's my job. Right? So I make I not get anything personal with them. But they're supposed to ask questions that are very much critical. Look at us, as we sent us yesterday. Now, up to the mayor's delivery units, they do bid opening for where they get EU funding for plant trees all over this country and all over the city. I was not involved. The procurement officer.
All right, many thanks. Well, that's now.
Okay. We go left 98 yonder. Maybe they talk about that replanting project. See, they not involve and back. Hey, you see what they see now? But all the while, I just play them for make I remind you. I don't know if you see what me this in now. Okay. Well, now let we come to the latest now we can discuss. What will they discuss? The one who they sweep not it. Because it be reached to the councillors then. The councillors then say for pull the chief administrator. Now the one who they sweep na street, it all reach to them. Then save the point finger powder by the chief administrator. And then the point finger pa. Then say if they not pay them, they not go work. This not the latest.
No pay, no one, 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 no pay, no one.
No work, no pay. Now the line that way over 100 tricycle workman them and people where they sweep the streets of Freetown been a shout Wednesday, September 8th.
You see over 100 people. Can you imagine how many people will depend on them people there? We know how we country day. Now we can talk say, they don't want to work, they don't want to work, they don't want to work. These people, then they render them service. Over 100 just for the tricycle, and not count the one the way they sweep. They don't work. They not pay them. What thing do? Because the chief administrator and the mayor get issues. How the people where they sweep concern? Well, they say, outside 2 elephants meet up. The grass. We not get nothing for do with them fet. Now get for suffer. Now they see so.
For the Freetown City Council building, for second and 2 months salary, where they say the Freetown City Council not pay them yet. As they say, if the Freetown City Council not agree for pay them in 2 months salary, then go tap force for work.
2 months salary mean to say they not pay them for July and August because the September will be so. July and August.
We can't demonstrate because 2 months are not pay we don't come, we don't engage them, they don't give we watch, they say they pay we. We don't go wait, we not able to get we money. Then the people that want to work with, some not get patient, some man don't drop in himself, they say no they sweep again. That's pay them the money. Who they get embarrassment on streets, they don't do everything they say and I all the money. So today we need the money.
I work with the Freetown City Council on a contract base. Do public space sweeping and go clean the streets of Freetown.
Yeah, this man, he say in the work with Freetown City Council and a contract nine then get. I make you listen though because down the road, the chief administrator in name player back. So he get for defend the name. Go can you waiting in talk.
And we can express with dissatisfaction over the injustice where the chief administrator officer they do it, where they delay with payments. This don't become unbearable. Now to 6 to 7 months to work so now. All the time now the same thing they do it. It's a way for the sign. We check where all man on sign. Ain't no degree of sign. They delay with payments. 2 months they outstanding where they're supposed to pay we. Where the man don't sign all when the other authorities don't sign, but the chief administrative officer, when I even do the final signature for when we get to money, they deliberately they seize not to sign the check the private today.
Okay. This now waiting this your man say that the chief administrator now the last person for sign. He say the mayor don't sign. Now they call say the mammy say the mayor don't sign. All man don't sign. How he manage know that one day? How we manage know? Women say now people then go tell them say now the chief administrator now he no sign. Because now the council, now for council say, council una pay we money. That other man don't tell we say get contract with Freetown City Council. Now council for council directly say council can pay we money. Una owe we for 2 months. The check code and they give them. They alert to the can of their phone. Then they know that be signed and who that not sign. Maybe you know go like what they talk. But I'll pay attention. Let's see how the game they play now, yeah?
Got very early in the morning by 5 for clean the city. Anytime when time come for pay we go read and say the CA not sign, the CA not this, not that.
Then people are saying we so say because of the salary we Freetown City Council not agree for pay them yet. Then picking them they say no begin go school yet because they not get couple for buy them different school material then.
They play with OT, they play with PCs, they play with Pampers, but can the bank with self might be the go. But we do to that but still we do the work. For no man get what to the eat with picking them. If they give me so me na one parent and no go that they give me. Pass that to work where they work and I hope 1 month on pay me money. I go take care of my family and me picking to go school. Me let me I get 5 picking I get what they call it what don't sit as MBSC. I no get nobody they na school this work where them pay una they take care of picking them. No school up you all man go school me say me picking them the other sweet. Oh they pan this ship here. Now they me am up there. President and no able pay. What's my way do they with me? Any they say council no get money. Council no get money. Pass I go pick up the law up and above me. So the other day my talk about me na boom.
Okay, we are here mamide. If you done this salon, you dey come out early morning, you go find out say most of the one the way they sweep. I know they talk about the tricycle workers, but the one the way they sweep now all mami them. Now then they sweep the streets of Freetown. Go to different places them. Now they see the sweep. You are the mami, you don't get in service at the end of the day when they not pay them, if they go back now the rubbish, go pick rubber. A right after you don't walk down. Because there is a misunderstanding. Do these people deserve this kind of treatment? I don't think so. I don't think so at all. These are old people where suppose say for their house they eat retirement money, but we sabi the country will come out. But they come back na street for can sweep. Though they don't sweep down, they not pay them. Don't this thing say in they go back na the rubbish na bombe. If they go pick rubber they for go sell. Then deserve that. Okay.
Last time before we get the same confrontation. When the mayor signed, the CA they let for sign. And now let's of sign, they call the motivation for the operation. They lack the operation. Unless they go extra do pre-finance for let the guys they able to do the work. And this is hard trending. Because if you find out they play sheets, pampers, tumbu, guide dog na streets, nobody know how to do this job there. So some of us when I expand our feeling. Say that you work for be a passion. Because we clean the Freetown and because lack of Freetown.
Waiting next for them people, yeah. If council not agree for pay them.
Number 1 from tomorrow. The city they begin dirty. We know they work. Then number 2, council not go work, then go pay we. If they don't want to, they then just wave we out. Say, oh, we don't need una service.
No pay, no work. When no pay, we know they work. The city with the dirty. And when the city clean, you go find for watch. But when the city dirty, no go find for watch. So back we know they work. When they sit on part, they give money.
So don't decide now. Say they don't give money. We say council no work. Because if now they go to the streets to the play with dirty. Young guy like we are because of a long no go back. For long we take care of picking outside of them. Picking a land book like how they sell land book. And that to say the first against. We are not paying. Yeah, no. They only get to
the city, but let them know say now we dey clean the city. We say we don't give them 1 piece. If they don't pay money, they say no guys. We say no guys.
The chief administrator na the Freetown City Council. Na the person where them people here on the point finger per se, he no agree for sign the document for make them go pay them. This make I been ask the chief administrator, Festus Kale, who that's na them people here na council.
If they go and say the chief administrator don't employ them or the council don't employ them, they will not pay them. Let anyone pull one contract document we don't sign per se. This on our employment contract with city council.
Bam. You hear the chief administrator? He say let any one of them people here with the grumble so say they not pay them. Anyone pa then go pull documents say then be hire them, then give them contract. Salon. This is the chief administrator. When I in them point finger pa, say no sign. In they say now, let them can show on the documents where they show say in I hire them or the council hire them. That's now one. Pay attention. Let me listen and back.
Frankly, what's happened this morning? Me told me that a very big surprise, and I say it's like a distraction.
All time, we thinks they happen a big surprise to the chief administrator. Where the councillor then call back. I play an agist now. Where then call say, then for Pulam, he's saying surprise self because he gets good relationship with them. Now we don't come back say, this back where happen, and a surprise. Instant like say, na distraction. Okay.
Because we get a major investigation with the government and the council. We might employ them. The first arrangements we then do, they will make sure say CRS gets engagements with them people here for 6 months.
Okay. So now I can tell you say make you be listening first to who done they now. According to the CA, it means say the investigation where Tambalamina been tell we about they on right now na council. So the CA they say it look like for saying that investigation we don't come. Now I make them go chuk then guy, let them come for protest for cause distraction. But wait to them been pay them. Then pay them. Because if you call an distraction, that means say you be don't pay, but then one can behave like for say they not pay the it. But if they not pay, they're not a distraction, no. Because you not pay. So it come for make it get your attention, say, una not pay. But now you don't tell we say let them bring document first. Where they show if they hire them. Okay.
Then sign MOU with CRS. Would I sign the MOU? I don't know.
The CA feel say it then at the dark. But certain the way they go on inside the council. So most of the thing that they tell you say, I don't know. He want for no. He want for no. So because the chief administrator Festus Kale want for no, Odaga for suffer go suffer. Councilor, sweepers, tricycle, all a man go suffer. Because waiting do, the chief administrator want for no.
What's other documents there? I don't know. What did you find done from CRS? Only for letting Canada say the council for take responsibility for paying people.
Okay. When this project be start, now CRS now be the fund them for 6 months. CRS funding done. So now, council for takeover. Would they show you how for drive? Who think say term do reach, you get for drive for yourself. Would they show you how for paddle the canoe? When the term don't reach, now yourself get for paddle for yourself. So if CRS don't show you how for do this thing for keep we city clean, term don't reach for make we self handle that. But the chief administrator now they tell we say, well last show we CRS be the show we. In not to be part of farm. So not to wait term don't reach now for make the council can take over, go make in can do waiting the council supposed for do. Simple put. That's what I say.
470 million leones just for clean the streets for 2 hours.
Now, it a question the amount and the work with the people and they do. It a question the amount and the work over 400 million leons. He say now just for 2 hours no more and they sweep for. We mean to say why then for pay them that kind of amount they win at 2 hours no more they sweep for. Hey Papa God. How much then they pay the chief administrator, if I may ask? In I don't tell we say the mayor hire somebody where they pay $5,000 per month. I ain't tell you. So if them break them down to all the people them, well, in they say in no no. In they say no no. But if them break them down to all of the people them, how much na that money they say for one person go take? How much? But he's questioning it. It a question him. The amount and the hours where then they work. But you hear na where the people then say all the dirty thing the way they play with. It's alone dirty. Oh, be they come up then say wait man dirty box. Now wait man dirty box no do. Wait man dirty box. You know say one be there by bus station. Yes, where will they come up? We get Whitman dirty box by bus station. One be there. I don't remember outside the other one be there. Pass if you not grab up na Freetown, but if na Freetown you grab up, wait at the talk so you go sabi. But right now, then people are not to Whitman dirty box and they go get her. So now this a low man and all kinds of the meet inside. Oh God help me. Okay.
And the rest of the other time, now for let them save, work for themselves, and generate income for themselves.
So, if they don't work for 2 hours, if they don't work for 2 hours, you say the rest, and the 24 hours, the rest of the other time, then can go work other side. So, in the tier, like say, they work na part-time, I want to believe so. Now, so the chief administrator the same. Say na 2 hours no more than they work for. Una kind of money una sweep, then una go find work other side. Who's other side where they? Mama come on Manchester say Paramount Hotel self be get one. Yes. I go Akibo bet. I know that one the way they talk, but Majuba back say he say other one be the Wilkinson Road. You know. So this work for be part-time for them. So why they can't grumble first? Ask the CA. I go work 2 hours no more, you see the work done. Hey, salon.
Waiting at the fate of them people here for their salary, as the chief administrator say, Freetown City Council not recognize them.
Instead of he said they not give them paper. But okay. All right.
I brought rights to mayor. I think about last week or so. That's going forward. If we not even identify revenue source, then this August when they come, so we can't continue to pay 470 million.
Okay. In the rights to mayor, for say, if they're not able to identify revenue source, we mean to say, who side then go get the money for pay for when they sweep the streets of Freetown. That's it. If the mayor not able for show who side the revenue they come out for pay them people, yeah, he not go pay them. He not go pay them at all. Okay.
Right, so either get for make sure to do some adjustments on them, and of course, get forget the paperwork, right?
Other it say we do some adjustments. I want believe say since the chief administrator feel say them people are then they pay them per smack money for the 2 hours where then they work for. That adjustment the way they talk. Now either on the number of people or the amount where then they pay them. I know they do. But let we link up how he talk this talk, and you go on for belief say what are they talk so now they look at. What's adjustments day again? The number one first, you don't say let them count two side and get for they pull money, may on need for cash transfer. And It don't question force the number of people and the hours old and they work for. Wait for be part-time. If you work part-time, no can cause trouble, no can cause noise. It don't say force Uda hire them, not to hire them. Not to hire them, not to so. Let's continue.
That's very important because auditors they get ask questions and some of them things. Of course, for this month of July, I don't sign a check ever since this morning.
Why you sign a check? If you now the chief administrator, you claim say no to you hire them people, let them count paper. Why you sign check? Why? Why you sign the check now? Yeah, Papa God. But now he talk now can't say triple now he talk say he not sabi the people let the people and go count paper. We go show if he hire them. Then why you sign the check? Because now you tell we say you don't sign for hosting. For July. But when you sign this check here for July, when? Because then people complain about 2 months. I'll make you listen properly because I know get yourself confused now. Okay.
So for let somebody can talk, they say not sign with check. Now distraction only.
They don't talk the second word. Now distraction. You sign the check now. Check with for be don't sign from July. Or inside August for me them pay the people them. Now you send them. But you still a cut bongo. My dear. It's not correct. This check you for be don't sign a long time. From August. I don't understand they can send the check safe to you. I don't know that one day. But one thing I know is if we don't sign it in time for make the people and get the money. But now you the court boss say you don't sign the one for July. You sign a stay inside September. But again, it give you warning.
They may look at a bigger picture of what's in up on that council.
Inside in address to them people here during the time where them people here been the protest, I worship the mayor of Freetown, Yvonne Akisoya, be assure them say council they look now inside and concern them and try for pay them for the months where they no work for.
Today,
Madam Mayor, you don't did promise them people here. If you and the chief administrator not they see one side, anything they can tell them people here. When not to you and the chief administrator sit down for agree upon them. It they make it look like a for say yourself not they talk to. Because I like it then you act for doing for them. You're not able to put pen to paper, make it come to pass so that the people then go receive their money. So one kind way, the assurance here we give, and we are waiting the chief administrator in don't talk. But anyway, continue, ma.
I'm not glad say we reached this sire. I really not happy for see una all come una block council. Una block the domo, person able go inside, person able Canada.
Okay, so this time waiting and do them block the mouth. Nobody in, nobody out. Until be there the people there, and say pass them pay them the money. But the chief administrator see this as distraction. All right.
I'm telling you, thank you for your patience. I the beg una not stop for clean. Even with the delay, I the beg una be not get meeting. Yes. I know say una be not write letter. I received the letter, I forward them to the CA. I don't get assurance say una July money, don't go na bank.
Okay. Yeah, This is during the protest yesterday. The July money don't go na bank. Now they we hear what they say, they cut bongo say, in don't sign. Oh yeah. Poor people them. Then they go see their own. Now 2 months. Why you not sign all 2 want him? He sign 1 no more. But the mayor say they don't can catch and say, well, it don't go na bank. Okay.
And me, I no go tire for push for let una August money be paid ASAP.
The mayor say he no go tire for make them pay them the August money as soon as possible. That last man no for sign. Into do you wait talk na just now. Say if the mayor not sure how he plan for get the revenue for pay, he not the sign. Well, sometimes the mayor don't find way how for raise the money. The mayor, he don't find way how for raise them. Sometimes I make. Hey.
As the mayor don't assure them people here say, he not go say again, then go pay them for the month of July. Then people here hope say, by the end of this week, then go don't get some bank alert, say cancel, don't pay them. For Radio Democracy, you know, Kabia the reports.
One for tell you know Kabia thank you and Radio Democracy, because now through them make me and you able for listen to this. Freetown City Council. And now, they don't fit the poor people in. And then they suffer them. Then deserve that? Now the question where they ask. You feel say they don't provide service, they don't sweep. Then at the end of the day, this now waiting and getting in return. I will come with Usman Toli. Make we hear waiting a get for we today. Welcome on board, Usman Toli. You get the platform, sir.
Well, thank you very much, Triple A, for having me. And also, I will thank Radio Democracy, because now through them we able to get this information. Where they will command them. Now the Freetown City Council say no pay, no work. Triple A, first I will just sympathize with the workman and the sweepers them. Now the Freetown City Council for the delay within the delay for pay them. For short a difficult, tedious work. We all don't listen to them concerns. We all don't listen to the points that we don't raise. It's short a difficult job. We be say not to all man who want to do their job than they. For most of them, then they do them because they not get better choice. They not get job no then at the country. Because when you consider how much then they pay them, you know, commensurate to the job when they do. But then they sacrifice for do that job there. So to a very large extent, we expect say where the term come and for pay them. You listen to that Mamidi. Say some of them, then get for pay them picking them school fees. You know how much amount of family anyone would then deprive. How much amount of members of a family would not deprive. So now make first I get for sympathize with them. And make no mistake, Triple A, just don't tell me about the weather forecast the next few days. Wait and see, we expect heavy rainfall, thunder, lightning, heavy wind in the next few days. The whole of West Africa. So if them people here left that country, they would then kind dirty, then they settle and then gutter, then they block the drainage. I feel say it will cause more disaster. So first, I get for thank them for where they don't pay them people here. Let them make sure say this money reach them people here. For long not get other disaster in other country there. So you go know the kind good job where them people here they do for sweep that street there for long, especially this rain season, for making no cause another disaster. And Triple A, you make one very serious conclusion. The whole thing, they emanate from the fact that the CA and the mayor know they see one side. All this problem where they come out. That because the mayor and the chief administrator way in Festus Kale, they know they see one side. Now they cause all them problem here. Because believe me, Triple A, procurement, no procurement, budget, no budget, employment, no employment. If them people here sit down together and get one word, then go know how for settle them here. But because they two no agree Then two no they see one side. That make all them problem here they arise. And in one of my serious submission, the last time we discussed this topic, I tell you say, me, I dey blame the local government minister. Seriously, I dey blame him. The thing is, the local government ministry that are responsible for supervise all the local councils then, including the Freetown City Council. So if anything happen there, now their own responsibility for jump in and get them problem they solved, where you know go prolong, the kind they prolong so. And as you say, AAA, the bottom line is that where all entire they happen, now the ordinary one then they suffer. Short as them people are already sweep. Then the money they go na their accounts on timely basis. Both the CA and the mayor, then they get the money on time. And all the other senior members them. But when it comes to whether be it volunteer or not, the sweepers them. And they delay them. And I believe say, if you not employ somebody, you get for tell them. Before they carry out the job way they carry out. But as I say no more AAA, all this stems from the fact that the mayor, he and the CA, not the C one side. We clearly don't listen to the interview, AAA. We clearly know who side the issues and lie. At one point, we not say the councillors then we write a letter to the Minister of Local Government. When Lamina, they ask the minister for transfer the chief administrator because they're not happy with the chief administrator. And that the chief administrator, now they talk to the mayor. We discuss the issues here. And we listen to the interview where 98.1 been given to the Minister of Local Government. What he say? He say then go try for look into the issues then they. Yeah? He said then go try for look into the issues then they. That was one of the interview with them interviewer. In this last interview with the interviewer, what he say? He say the people then say, the councillor then say, then go give an ultimatum. Then go give an ultimatum. I think say that word day nine warrior. That word day nine warrior. Because you listen to her, he talks say, he say for he can't give a government an ultimatum, that a deadline. Say if you not do this to this deadline, we go take action. He say, to Ram, it look like a challenge. But come on, man. Yeah? We don't put an issue to you over and over for let you intervene, for let this problem solved. You not come for can't solve them. What do you expect me for do? I get for strike. I get for give an ultimatum. So clearly, I think say, and I make it say, he called a team of 8 people. Here we comprise 4 men and 4 women for let them investigate into this matter. And then for go see them on the 2nd of September. Yeah? And the investigation will start the 6th of September. Yeah? That action, if you listen critically, that action, it only can take that action there simply because it was given an ultimatum. That doesn't mean if them people are not being given that ultimatum there, it will be still slow the process. So the inaction or the action of the local government for delay the process in itself now cause the chaos. And in your submission, the local government minister, when Lamina, you go no say one of the problems that we're in face is saying lack of resources, money, not being there for set up the inquiry. But why you not go? Why you not go be honest to yourself? If that is the issue, why you not go be honest to yourself? Say the government not provide the funds for those set up the inquiry team for let them investigate into this matter. In one of his own submission also talks, say, let me get one system. I don't know how you call them. Where then they go into, then they prone into the activity of what they happen at the local government, they short as the Freetown City Council, for letting them know what they happen. But for a very long time, they know they do one. That they in itself tell you say he contribute to that. If the system fail him, would I go blame Naya? And you listen to a AAA, I don't say you're not a critical listener, yeah? If you listen to this man, he no say he favor sides. He favor sides in the sense that it look like he talk on behalf of the chief administrator. He talk in support, he talk in support of the chief administrator. He say, go just, a set of people no go just come, say for transfer somebody, and them, like how you put them, that man on the work with different set of people in different councils then. They get a problem. Why now if we can't get a problem? Be critical here. Because does it mean because you can't work with somebody we're different this time? Now I make the problems and they arise. You go begin to ask yourself this question. This man, he look like, he favors sides. Critically, he favors sides. So the investigation itself, we get for questioner. And the other thing also, AAA, we all know the last time we interview the 98.1 interview the deputy mayor. Clearly, we know say the deputy mayor, they see with that mayor. Then they're not there in good terms. Like put on straight. They're not there in good terms. So how you go set an investigation in the absence of the mayor? How you go set an investigation in the absence of the mayor? Say the mayor, even though they are the deputy mayor there. Thank God the mayor, I think he don't return back in Freetown. I know say the investigation they on. Yeah, I think he said the investigation now within 3 weeks or so. So very soon, hopefully, then we'll come to a conclusion with this investigation. But the question is, why so long he allowed things then just to cook? Now I make 98.1 ask him, why so long he allowed things to cook? Now this Freetown City Council, where it become very highly controversial. The Freetown City Council, it faced so many challenges in this particular regime. We are not surprised when once you get one side of the council, they in the opposition side, while as the local government represented by the while as the local government represent the government, you get for first-hand challenges here. But it all boils down to how effective is a local ministry. Tambala, how effective it is. Yeah? Already clearly you listen to them. Now let me just make this clear on the side of the chief administrator. You see, I got to be honest with you, AAA. Yeah, I agree with them and I disagree with them. I disagree with them in the manner in which he talk against the he talk about the sweepers then. And there I disagree with them. Because those people are completely innocent. Completely innocent. Contract, no contract. They no hire them for go work. Then they work as far as them concerned. Then don't say, then they pay them. If you no one for pay them, sit down with them, let you know what to get for do. But as long as you continue for accept, for let them continue for sweep, I think say you get for pay them at the end of the day. But the way I talk to them, the way I address the issue, are they against that? But let me say this. I think your own concern is one of the concerns where he get. I think say they're not involved that much. Whether it is true or not, I don't know. But I just try for see who side in the commot. Yeah? They say 1.5 million contract. when at the transfer station issue, they not involve them. All you see na a document. Yeah, they not ever involve them. I will remember the deputy mayor been say now only 2 documents where the CA chief administrator be refused for sign. But all other documents them have been unsigned them. I think one of the documents where the CA been refused for sign was something to do with the transfer station. Yeah. So now one of the document that, and the other document is to do with the iCloud, which is about I think 10,500. You talk about procurement contract. You know, some of them TR not go through the procurement contract. As you say they come out. If it is true, AAA, we all know where the Auditor General report come out. We they criticize them. And at the end of the day, where the auditors in the camp, now the man we don't get for question. Where are the procurement contract? Yeah, if we not spend outside the budget, yeah, do you do a supplementary budget? And that supplementary budget, it go through Minister of Finance. And when I make come through Minister of Finance, it come back. When I make a procurement contract, those are the questions them where the Auditor General get for ask. And when are the man way for answer them questions here with proper evidence. It has to be properly evidenced. Then are the chief administrator. All the other one, the way they talk, where them come, they not go did it. Now get for face those questions. Now get for face those challenges. So you get for make sure say, in as much as we always criticize them for failing to meet with the accounting procedures, the Auditor General report. So I think say if what in the talk is true, then it gets a point. To be honest with you, because it's all about making sure that the mistakes the way they make, they not repeat them again. So that and that side there, if not so it be, it get point. It get for make sure say whatever it do, he able justify. In case Auditor General report they ask them questions them. But again, AAA, the side where I disagree with us, I say no more. You know, if you get a problem with you, mayor, no take out on them people and they look at the way he talk. Look at the way he talk to the people. Yeah? Whose contract will we sign? We will not sign. You know, but you know clearly, say them people, yeah, that's sweep and they sweep. And at the end of the day, I mean, if anything we not correct, any procedure we not take that way not correct, not to their own business that. You and the mayor want to sit down and settle this issue. You and your local government want to sit down and settle this issue. Not to tell if you take on these people there. Yeah. And people that don't work, then deserve to be paid. You know, this is why we talk say, you know, and you know, people, the poor, they become poorer, the rich then become richer. Think about the bloated wage bill. Some unnecessary offices that we then create, where they give them money, you know, some offices that were not even relevant. We all talk about Western region minister who not been get one day. All their offices and they pay them big money, and then they waste entire. We come by the ordinary sweepers them, where they suffer. Rely on sweeping for pay for them picking and school fees. This is worrisome. Worrisome. Yeah. We not say the local government, yeah. Then they deal with inside and they way now they deal with that what they talk about bloated wage bill and all that. Although this one at the city council, but it all boils down. It all boils down because you know we all know say the city needs to be clean. You talk AAA. The city needs to be clean. We all know say that monthly cleaning since where COVID-19 came, where the president he put a temporary stop to it. They're not the clean passing and them people here. We all know how people in that country you know they look after the environment. You know? So AAA for conclude, the Minister of Local Government, Tambo Lamina, Now, the main problem now, yeah. Listen to what he talk. Critically, listen to him. He already the favor sides. Yeah? He already the favor sides. And now this, they bring dissatisfaction, they bring chaos. You don't appoint an independent body for investigate into the issues. Don't begin prone response or answers to them here. Just let them investigate. But not begin side one, that not in itself is bias. And let them pay them people here. Whether they are volunteers, whether there is no contract, as long as a word done they say una sweep, or they pay una pay them. If una get anything where they boil down inside the local government, una don't take unto them people here. Pathetic. So I will stop here. I'll give chance to other callers them and my fellow panelists them. Thank you very much, AAA. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Usman Toli.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. That now Usman Toli in your submission for today. Before I bring Camus' friend, the National Disaster Management Agency Sierra Leone want for make me say after that big rain we come this evening when a Thursday 9th September 2021, they say the rain last for almost 2 hours. The National Disaster Management Agency don't receive notification of flooding and other related disaster them we don't happen inside communities them. They say community volunteers and the one that we tap inside there, we now mostly then disaster prone settlements then around Freetown. Not to ya just now they tell we say the thing for be don't do before. No. Get for wait first let the thing happen. Okay. The NDMA, we means the National Disaster Management Agency, they say they don't activate the process mechanism in all disaster-prone settlements within the capital for ensure a swift and timely response. When net don't come, as then they expect more rains. Well, anyway, na disaster management. So the disaster get for happen first before then go manage them. They not get for find way for let them manage and make it not happen. Like I said earlier, why make them not use the mobile company them for one people them? So the one them where they make careless for clean then gutter or waiting self go able for clean make the waterway they come and get free passage. Or for make people and come out, pull you valuable, say they in a disaster prone area, pull and come out today. So where the rain can do it, you get for do it, the water can do it, you get for do after that, you come back because that's what they've been doing. But we get disaster management. Disaster get for happen first before we manage them. When I now then they tell we say, the public also then they inform we say, based on the weather forecast for tomorrow, the 10th of September. This weather forecast that from yesterday, Wednesday. But I guess they're not seeing. They're not seeing. Anyway, they say based on the weather forecast for tomorrow, the 10th of September, when now then they tell you about the meteorological agency. Who side them be done there? Who stand there and see? So then now we can canom or wait now we share or we people and begin share. Now make them able to say, hey, I think let's have do amo. Or now sit down and talk just on and say let them go right and quick. They say Freetown they expect to get rain with severe breeze. We go car with thunder and lightning tomorrow. The 10th. Oh, Papa God. Then say, since they don't tell we that one day, then they advise the one the way they live na the coastal community, the one the way they at the water edge. Then they encourage them for remain vigilant and make them go report flood related issues them. Where they happen at their respective communities them. So that they go get prompt action. Then say tomorrow, they go send and staff them. For go do thorough assessment. So una need to come on a net. So the part then way una do yeri say something don't happen now. Una know they come out. Pass wait stay tomorrow. Oh no, coffee other day. And the MA workers then they not exempt. Coffee other so they know come out. That's so. But I think if an emergency, then supposed to be able for come out for good assessment. So pass wait stay do clean. We emergency need work na net. Okay. Anyway, tomorrow, then go do thorough assessment on reported cases and make necessary recommendations for management in attention and management in consideration. They want to inform the public also, say NDMA go soon publish in toll-free lines. After disaster, now we they publish toll-free lines. This na something we for we don't do proactively beforehand. So not even get to Daddy God. Triple A, you know go read press release full. Continue. The public we go inform una. Soon we go publish the toll-free lines. We go allow citizens for call and report disaster-related matters free of cost across the country. We know say every rain season we get this, but we not get toll-free lines. Okay. The one follow no say they also they work closely with service providers them like EDSA, Red Cross, Fire Force, the Meteorological Agency, and also the military for ensure a coordinated approach when they respond to reported cases. The one for let no say then please for inform we say nobody know that it, but all the one they don't report to them. And then they assure the public for say then team up tranga one for resolve efficiently bako and manage issues them na the country. Then get numbers then for call. Because if we call their number then they just know you know they work. Anybody bites me, they can call live. If you feel say wait till I talk now say if we call their number yourself, you know they work. If you doubt me, put small till I'll call. I'll call the number. Wait then give. But this press release, this net. All how much number then give? 1, 2, 3. For report any disaster threat where they hover around the community. Then give 3 numbers. If you call the number, then if anyone answer. Anyway, back to the matter. Freetown City Council. And then voila. Let's come with us friend. Let me hear what you get for you. Welcome on board, us friend. You get the platform, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Triple A, for giving me the platform. And thanks to Mr. Usman Tolly for his submission. And thanks to listeners and viewers them. Regarding the issue of the mayor, we know say it just the grow follow will try see whose side it go end. But it all they come about in terms of communication in a two-way system where they go on yonder now. You know how the information they pass. So then they make we the onlookers who they look what thing they observe and what thing they happen now. They try to think say it might be that a propaganda exercise or an information exercise. the propaganda, they just tell me something, not if I bias or misleading nature, then they try to bring the information, or sometimes they have to say information, then they try to find the way for exercise for let them tell me. But looking at the trend of events, we will know say there has been issues that wouldn't they go on, who they don't highlight. But it come about all for say when the mayor come up with this and the government in local government initiative, they get for look say now issue where they don't identify say Freetown and some of the areas in the country, the need for get a healthy environment. So they specify the one at Freetown, say the need for let Freetown become resilient. And rather than bring about this idea and the institutional reform and capacity building, what I think they call the IRCBP. So then come into this system, yeah, what they do then 24 January, they come, they make a policy, they identify 11 priority sectors, and then aside they wouldn't go able to go into, but they try to make it into key clusters, 4 clusters, and the clusters and the one where they say, okay, then try to build up resilience, where you get Boku sub one day, they want to do human development, they want to let it get a healthy city where the people can go live in a healthy environment in terms of storm and all things where you could talk about health, and then the urban for let them go able for mobilize the urban city where the people then will therefore left go other side, and then you will get back things that would they go in progress. But all this come about from waiting they want to develop for say let we do decentralization. And for that all this then they favor decentralizing the local government so that they will able to get in where they do their own thing, then where they do their own thing. So when they fund there begin they come, I believe say there is an issue where the driver talks where the way of communication they don't begin to point from sometimes some areas then. We find out say the mayor bring up this initiative, even when he begin about this, he get for involve a lot of people and even the military, some point where the physical aspects for keep the city healthy one, we see when they begin to go clear the gutters and physically society will be don't cluster hard. We say the civil as a lot do then dig they open some sites then where they don't see water they double flow, then do the outlet, then they fully water come. But who said enter another day this funding come inside, we defeat wanting to European something now, they come inside, they give funds, they say we will help una because this is not part of the agenda. We will say right here, when I let you will help una. But you can't now say when the mayor don't take this, their ideas they go there and bring, say somebody get for they do this, somebody get for do this. But you ask yourself now, say, well, sometimes you might think, say sometimes there might be a kind of overlapping of duties. You go question say the duties they overlap or na person sabi what they do na in your sector. The mayor get forget your own side what in your own work, and then you get the chief administrator himself get what they do, and then you get the minister for the local government what he get for do. So you find out say that area they when they say they will build capacity, then try for build up the capacity. They get this and get this and get this. But because of it, they find out it's communication, people don't understand why they do this, or whether they do this, or waiting in therefore go about doing this. You they get donor funds, you they get funds where they come from other sources them, and then the one way government support for they do subvention. But we find out again say initially there has always been a kind of a deficiency in terms of the economy. The mayor, the Freetown City Council of itself, not being get a lot of funds. So then we always they cry to government in the different way for them their money so that we do other basic thing what they for do. Then the one they want the project and now they find out. But whenever you see say you they try for do a community development, and a community development you they get a level where they talk about policy them, and then you talk about the practice where you go able to put to these policies, and then you try for understand them why. And once you understand the way where you know say the role where the local government gets for letting you go able to transform anything where they need for do, then you know back the role of the one then where you get for go do their own work. So you find out you get the internal factors there, which are people then get for understand waiting at the duty of the Freetown City Council, and then you get the external factors where then they come now say would they go put in practice. But because of The external factors, the one are the practice, the one that they do the job. People are like, say now the final effects of the cleaners, the one who are the bicycle riders who they collect this. In the final say, now then you on practice and they feel them in a different way because then now, then they do something when the positive side, but the practice where they come, we're supposed to come meet them from there. Factors where they don't say would they come, would develop, would they put this idea so that we'll be able to get this capacity of the human capacity will be able to develop the type of work because that's not all a part of the clusters. When you talk about one of the clusters where they say they get in our human development and how you go develop the human, you go start from that one day where you go put the service and then in that you go reflect. So you find out then they get a kind of friction. The friction only to a point where then people then grab for protest and voice out. Then your voice is and say like this because people are not be identify say there is a need for communication. The CA they go with the idea say the mayor they receive chunks of funds from where what you may see from your perspective, then they use them. So we not know if they feel say sometimes there is a need for let them know when money comes, then they disburse them. Because there is an extension where it end up at some point where they try to talk about the personal assistant who then be employed in terms of the work. Because we see that on the one of the media. The personal assistant we for help from their projects there we bring about this draw, especially the one for do the transfer station them and do other things them where they're supposed to do. But you find out say the one they owner the donors them where the one they would give the source of the revenue, the development partners, have been the Irish people them. All right. So you find out say the chief administrator of the five not understand the communication. See them projects there. From waiting the mayor in giving your story, say, not only they employ, now then they write them project, now then they bring the expertise. And some of these people, when they help for them, we will do the survey and other things, now volunteers them. So that was our own view, what he say. All right, then if we don't know now, if again this in the CA not been get because it was from initial time where it be the relationship not been they go on. So it might have been from since these things are coming, it might for don't get the perception, say, this mayor, where they go employing people there, now in the hold the money, now in the pay, now in the money, when anything left, he put on your own koja, he go. So you might think that as an onlooker, because you go first say, well, they don't they tell me, or they don't know. But somebody points a finger upon at one time again, say, some of the one of the vehicles the way they drive, now from the funds. Them what are the projects they are. So we don't know how far it is. So that means again, what it say was his communication with Iligiwi for say, you don't know. Now true, now propaganda, or now we not just understand, or now he not understand for let this communication day. So you will find out the need for the minister there for kind sign now. Where he go try for settle out this dispute, where he go try help let the development go before, let them people in there where they go do their service, where they render them from the love what they get. Sometimes not to even for the big money, but maybe for the love and the pride. Say now they keep the city clean, early in the morning they do these things. All those factors they get for look at. But when you as people that with the up there, all they look from a different perspective. This why if they look say, well, let me make name so I will try to do the development so that it go from a project, and then you they say, well, maybe the way when this person they can't talk to me, or the way I see it they act, if you are let's say something they what they get, what we know they get from this. So you find out there is a deep communication, and when the personal assistant now, where they say they employ, we bring about say where they say instead then they pay in dollars. It's questionable. So the mayor also say, well, Una go ask the Irish people them. Now they employ. Now then they get this. So Una go ask them and see if Nami employ them. The only side where he confess because now he make up now more the catalog of events that we bring up the CA from what he observes, me own perception. He don't the catalog say, well, the PA
They don't can employ the pay and this. But again, we find out say the mayor say now the people among the one that will be they can just volunteer for help them. So they go able for boost up because in not being get the capacity of technical know-how people learn. The one that they ask why you not employ and progress with the people learn? Because you go say, well, OC is also trying to bloat a bill. Now he actually explains say, well, the people learn day, but one day will be day in terms of technical, will not be get the capacity. So they try for build them. So if we get people that will not volunteers when they can't do the work, we get for appreciate them. And then if person they will be don't can volunteer, what me know personally, I go able for recommend them. Because I ask us, why was the job not advertised? Now I say, well, people they say they can appoint them in political areas because that was actually an excuse what she give. He said, well, again, this man I know personally what he don't do, and now in like next of king in terms of being nominated or put on that way, not to the right word, but he try for put as the next. He say he appoint he nominate her, let them get the job or he whatever he recommend them. So that begin to bring resentment. The other one about projects, CRS, and so on, resentment because of this communication. But when you see there is always a separation, that connection not be done. They handle this separation of your idea. This where you get in your sense of purpose. Or in the sense of purpose, where they for day, a sense of purpose say are there for serve the people them, and the aim of them clusters there where they don't put I for know about them because rather than bring them, then go most day. If they're not there, then go there at the wall or the pictures them or on that Facebook page. I will able to see them so that I will able to see well I didn't here that the country fine. So me the sense of purpose say I have a duty to do. But when you transform that duty to do, say, well, I will put catalog of event and I go try, then I demolish the person. Then I don't push far because you don't separate the person away from you. You know they connect them. You know they connect to you. The message what the mayor for don't can't tell you, or you say what you for don't can't tell you, I get the communication breakdown. It's all coming to how people and get for day in the office for no then duties, then sense of purpose, how they go able for help the people and then go able for can't tap that information, then get and for say yeah, then they pay we now so they go on and then una say they tap their knowledge and their strength, their ability for willingness for go una they see the progress they go. Then una they wait now for let una go see. Say now, we try for look now waiting na the final outcome, the project in completion report. And that project in completion report, people for them proud for say we are part of this. I may sign this for let and make Freetown transform. So that you name good day. If suddenly they put legacy and then print them and put like then other things that when they put for say this person and I ain't do this in the name of this. So all those kind of things people are looking for them so that they go able for saying that this will they achieve. But when people then they always base their line of service to the community, when they say, well, when they look at, we don't get understanding, well, you know, go say, well, because I don't get understanding, I don't go look what you get for affect. If I know what you get for affect the people them, and then I know their need and I value their service, not to say, well, in a 2 hour you come, or when a 1 hour, or what about this? But when you look at the way different, you go see, say, more like a biased thing, and then some way, you know, will try for know the truth. If you yourself say the mayor don't say they do anything way not clear in terms of financial issue, we're not go able for know. So by the time now when the project go don't say that it done, sometimes the money they can now, inflation go down there, thing when them before don't buy cheap, then put on the maker, it don't go, the layers done there, the energy of people that go sometimes so for they can't do them clear that stage there, so that it go kind of more than where people will get used to things, sometimes we'll develop side, where they will get them being the way they talk about. So you know when they grow gradually, then people then they go only retire. The time they want the young man they can now they not go willing for one to then work the day again. But if we let's now work the for day, tell the one they will get for the do and small, they will get the one at the development with them plan for we they not do one. The one that we cannot do then you go see say now other now years back you go get what things they pile up. And I be don't happen at the city because the gap of people who before don't they go, those people in the city and they work here. They're not been there again. People they are doing for fast jobs. So you find out in the pile of dirty people and they pile back in the city. All that begin to develop. Then therefore they look far. Then therefore they put things aside. Then therefore come for know the purpose what they did it for. They put resettlement, development, settle issues, disputes. You not the government. You this at the point where you they come like smart only you they settle the dispute so that you never get factions and they grow up factions and they grow up. I always say, look the people in now. The detention when they don't put panels, there's a tension. The more you know the tension on the then grab, then go down the street. That ain't not themselves. They're not able for recovery. But all that they say, let God make leaders them, the policies them what they do, so that they will become in practice. And the only way they're gonna be in practice is by getting that communication with team. When a healthy communication, where message they transmit from one person to the other, they understand, they work amicably, then go before. And thank you very much for giving me the platform. And I only hope, say, while then they put their 8-man committee, and then go able for investigate and try for iron out the thing, let it go before. Thank you very much. Let God bless you all, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Usfriend.
You're most welcome, yes, sir. Yeah.
I want to say thanks to Usfriend and Usman Toli for their submission today. Freetown City Council. Do ya? Una get una act right. Festus Kalewina, the chief administrator, say we auditors then can na in den get for ask. And a need for sabi waiting for talk. You know they can't sign. Una we don't keep an the dark. So na make you know the green sign. They will command the way they ala. He said let them out paper. Who sign for hire them. But he still sign for 1 month for pay them. Okay. Oh. Do ya? Make we inform we fumble them. For be careful. See, that rain with the character, not to that small one. Or to that normal one. For watch the picking them. Because we National Disaster Management Agency. When they watch weather focus. Because if they watch, then for don't know. And then they work na net. Because they say that tomorrow I need to go make thorough assessment of the one they don't tell them. The Meteorological Agency. Tomorrow, watch ya. You go hear it in the 98. You go see the IOIV. For can explain say them be don't see ya. Who that didn't tell? Who that didn't tell if them be don't see ya? I not go ever say they don't see and say first. Big boo. Anna Salon. How they go no more? They go small to each. Anyway, now we're going the whole thing today. We go there back tomorrow. But you know, he say lights no day na net. So they need to work in a salon. Judge Kamara say the disaster management agency self na disaster on its own. So who that go manage them now? But the Shamaya self say lights not in a net, so they need to work. Look the press release or the disaster management they can give now. Some children for them for warned people them. Eh? That puibo. But now Nigerian man can say catapult. Yeah? That's and then go down total. Like say then they do something. Like say then they on top of the matter. I say wait tomorrow morning. Listen to the different stations them. You go hear it there. We don't do nothing no. We see Salon, quick to say, we left all things to God. And the reason this. Disaster management. I think they need for change the name. Maybe they feel to say now the disaster don't happen and then they can manage her. So then they go exactly like how the name say. Disaster Management Agency, the national. As if you've applied in input say something will happen at Kono. But by the press release where the disaster management pool, they not talking nothing but the way happen at Kono. So when they try for remind them say the word national goes beyond Freetown. They say a pity that the governance is so centralized at the capital Freetown. He said the disastrous landslide way up in Akono today not get one single mention by the National Disaster Management Agency na dem press release where dem pull this net. He said the need for no say where dem talk say national it means say no to Freetown no more you dey see. Because by this one the National Disaster Management tell we say na Freetown na dey hide. Mohamed Kamara so for suggest the name. He say the name when they suggest, then for call them response team to disaster. To disaster. Right. Well, I say national disaster. I mean, then they wait till the disaster happen. Don't they come on out anthem. Na net na need they come on. Eh? Judge Kamara says Sierra Leone Emergency waiting on EME Management Agency. And I don't know you mean Sierra Leone Emergency Management Agency. Bendu Kamara say it's a prevention. I beg, you know, ever take priority now. All the area them where they look inside Sierra Leone. Judge Kamara the slimmer, what do you mean? Oh, I get it right. That's right. Sierra Leone Emergency Management Agency. Alright. How they go? And then say a national disaster. But come on, say it's a big government, small country, what a corrupt administration. Alright, so are you talking? Hey. I don't know why we win the MCC, because of the fed corruption. If no, okay. Anyway, we'll go there back tomorrow. We'll pray say, no care tomorrow for can deal with any major disaster in Sierra Leone. We'll let people in a garden. Because if not for the one day over managing, I will. Mother, I know we say it means Sierra Leone emergency missing in action. Thank you. Right. Yeah. On the left. Okay. Till no, Till we meet again. See police say. Tata. Oh, check na the big gear there.